there.
Hi, welcome to Curious Collection. I'm Will.
I'm Cinnamon.
We're going to talk today about daily listing habit or weekly listing habits and
Burnout.
burnout and how important is it really? Because eBay has never once said that you need to list daily. I know that's something that's kind of circulating out there for the last 3-4 years, is that you have to, log into the platform and you've got to be, ending and relisting your listings, or you've got to be, putting up
200 listings a day.
200 or more, like just absolutely insane things. Why is that working for some people? Why is it not work for other people? And is it really necessary? So again, there's no facts to back any of this up. Anything that you might have other than eBay directly coming out and saying it would be an anecdote. If it works in your store, it could be the products that you sell. Now, I do believe that there is a slight bump in traffic on new items that eBay will give you a preferred position.
And it does. It'll say new listing in the...
Right, when you put the item up.
When you're searching for something.
So that could be a benefit to listing daily. But I don't know that alone is justification for the habit. I do think it's important to list regularly, though.
It's good to have, again, like you said, it's a habit. So it's good to have that discipline, because there are times when you just want to not. And, if I have to put my listings up, there's no option. Like, I have to put my 50 listings up every single day. Then you do have that, drive, and you have something that you have to be accountable to. And when you are your own boss, you don't have somebody that's going, oh, well, your productivity levels aren't what they're supposed to be. You have to be that person.
Right. And so, again, I do think that it's important to have a habit. I do think it's important that we make goals for ourselves. I don't think it's so important that you have to list every day. There's certain things that happen in our world. Tuesdays, we typically have our auction day where we actually go out to the local auction and source.
That's all day.
Right. It's an 8-hour shift in the hot Florida sun. We're not in a position with where we can use a light box while we're sourcing, or
we've tried.
There's poor internet. We're not going to stand there and do a whatnot video while we're trying to source and bid on items at an auction. So that's a really bad thing. In the past, what we've done for the last
year,
I was going to say about 35 weeks, is that we will list those items the day before or the days before, have them scheduled to drop on that day. And that doesn't give us the sales return. Just noting that it doesn't. It doesn't give us the sales return when the items are scheduled, opposed to if we're actively listing them.
But it does, like it makes us then have to do 100 listings the day before. And that's a lot.
Right. So, one of my things is that, if you're going to do 300 listings a week, and that you're going to get top placement, you're going to get that special new item or new listing banner. Would it be better off to just list 300 items on from Friday morning until Saturday night? You're going to have your items be fresh and new when the most potential buyers are shopping. So if the goal is to just get the eyes on the product when it's new, then that would be your goal, would to be literally list every single item that you have from Friday morning to Sunday night and never list Monday through Friday, because the volume of buyers on the platform is significantly lower Monday through Thursday. Again, I think it's more important to make a goal and make it achievable. Trying to do 300 listings in 3 days is very hard. You're going to miss things. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to get burnt out. We've been listing for 7 days a week for the entirety of 2023. And we are at this point of burnout on that. It's too much when you're talking about having an 8-hour day sourcing, or driving for 3 hours to get to a location to do a pickup.
Well, and our business model has changed as well. So there were times in the last year that we had like those AP photos, those American Press photos. Well, those we just throw it through a scanner and it already has the blurb about what they are. So you don't necessarily have to dig deep and research and all of those. So not all listings are created equal either, but we have been saying 50 is the magic number. So whether it's 50 long, drawn out, it takes, 20 minutes for one listing, or the 2 minutes per listing, 50 is 50. Well, that's not real either,
Right. So, I know that there's the eBay gurus out there, and they'll tell you that you should be able to do a listing in 3.5 minutes, and that you should be able to do 3,000 listings a week. And, there's all of these people out there that are telling you all of these different things. No one's information lines up.
I can't measure up with that. Like, I'm sorry. I list jewelry. I list vintage and antique jewelry.
And you haven't been doing it for 25 years.
No, I've been doing it for less than 1 year.
Right. So when you have to look at comps on different products that maybe you're not as familiar with,
that
when
takes
you
time.
have to test products, when you have to clean
photograph
products,
them, and you have to put them through the jewelry cleaner, and all of the things that go into. But that's where my passion lies. If I was doing whatever it is that they do, that they can list 30,000 things a day, like, that's not where my passion is, and that won't make me a happier, more productive person. That's
right. Our goal isn't to be the number one reseller on eBay.
No.
Our goal is not to be millionaires. We readily recognize that
we have different lives.
That is, and it's an unrealistic expectation. How many millionaire resellers are there? And are they utilizing their capital to the best of their ability? Because you might be better off, instead of flipping tennis shoes, you might be better off flipping houses or companies or businesses or commercial real estate. There's a lot of other things for millionaire investors to do, rather than sit in their den and list shoes all day. So, the why really matters.
It does. I don't need to make millions. I just need a modest income to be able to continue the life that we live, and, spend time together as a couple. The other day we went down to one of the local, like, walk around towns, and, we were just able to just have a date. Spend time with each other outside of this office. We came home and we're like, well, crap, now we have to do our 50 listings. And that's not, like, I shouldn't feel like we shouldn't go out because we didn't get our listings done, So we did sit down and we had a conversation, and we're like, okay, like, this isn't necessarily working for our business today like it was a year ago. So
right. When the majority of our time was going into print ads and photographs, we could easily do 50 to 100 listings a day.
Sure.
And we started our day at 6 a.m. and we would be done by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which had included a 4-mile run, as well as, breakfast,
getting the boy off to school
in that period of time. And, the types of products that we're listing currently are some of our slower inventory to list, things that are a little bit harder. Maybe they're not as high value. So there's a lot of different challenges that we're balancing. And so our compromise for ourselves is that we said, instead of doing 50 listings every day, that would be 350 listings a week, that we're going to keep track of our daily listing. And our goal, the minimum listings that we're going to do is 300 a week. That would theoretically, if we do 50 a day, that would give us a day off.
Right.
Or, there's certain days that we're listing items that may be a little bit easier. And then we can then, use that additional time
to clean up our inventory, restock, reorganize, spend some time doing
our books.
Yeah.
It's something that a lot of resellers will overlook is, nobody thinks about doing books until their quarterlies or their annual taxes are due. I mean, if you wait 12 months to do it, you're gonna miss things. You're gonna forget about stuff. There will be things that fall through the cracks. So, hopefully this new listing habit for us is going to help
reduce some burnout,
reduce the burnout, also give us an opportunity to focus on the business when we're focusing on the business and focus on other tasks with the time that we're basically moving around. So we're not eliminating work per se as much as reorganizing the way that we work. So I throw that out to everybody out there. Take a look at what your schedule is. If you don't have a goal for how many listings you're doing every week, make one. Make it achievable, and then build on it.
Well, and I was talking to one of my friends at the auction, and she was saying that, reselling is not her full-time job. So, she was saying, well, I shouldn't even begin on eBay because I can't have 13,000 items like you guys have. And I told her, I said, well, okay, so I get that it's part-time. If you wanted to just list 10 items a week, right? That is, if you did 5 days a week and you only did 2 items a day, right? So that's going to take maybe 20 minutes, 5 days a week. You still get your weekends off or whatever your schedule is. That's still 520 listings at the end of the day, at the end of the year. Like, that is no little feat. That's significant.
Right. And if you are in that specific bracket that is, able to pull a $20 profit off from every item that they sell, multiply that out times 500. Now you're talking about some significant money.
That's like 10 grand.
Right. And this specific person, they work in the restaurant industry. $10,000 is life-changing.
It is. Yeah.
$10,000 can change the direction of your life.
That's a car.
Right.
That's maybe not a new brand
that's
new
a year's
one, but
tuition at a university or a community college for certain. I mean, depends on the school that you're going to, but $10,000 is not insignificant. So, don't underestimate what you can do with just 10 listings a week.
Yeah.
So that's my rant, and that's the kind of the new direction that we're going to head with ours. Is we're going to back off from the 50 a day. We're still going to try to maintain those numbers, but we're going to just reorganize the way that we lay them out there.
Yeah.
So yesterday we put up about 80 listings.
So and like, it doesn't have to be high tech. This is literally how we're keeping track at this time of what we're doing. It's just a Post-it. And it just, has the running tally of where we're at for the week, so that we can say, we were talking about, like, maybe today he's got some ads that he was going to put up in the print ad store, and then I'm going to finish some jewelry that I already had shot. So if we're able to do 100 listings today, then that's our week, and we'll get the whole weekend off. Right. So, I'm okay with that.
Right. So, and I think that, for us, that is important to be able to take a day off, to take a break. And I know that, we live in this hustle culture that, people wear it as a badge of honor, a martyrdom. If, I worked for 25 years and I didn't have a single day off. I never saw my parents. I didn't ever go to the kids' baseball game.
Right.
That's not the life I want to live.
No, that's not what the whole point of what we do is that we want to spend time together. And that time is not necessarily hunched over the computer doing more listings.
Right. So, yesterday we did 200 and let's see that number, 227 in sales.
So that's okay.
That's perfectly fine with us. Based on our model, we're able to live on that number.
Yeah.
Again, nobody's getting rich here, but it was a good day. Did we want to go over what solds?
I don't know. why don't you guys tell us in the comments? Do you want us to talk about what sold, or do you want us to just go over, some of the tips and tricks that we've picked up and, our thoughts and feelings about reselling? So like, subscribe, let us know what you think in the comments, whether or not you want to know more about what sold, or if it's just that you want to hear the content that we have to talk about.
All right.
All right. Thanks so much. Good luck, guys.